happening?
Oh, once you get started with something, you really go through with it, don't you? Oh boy, my pooped.
Well, this is indeed distressing news. To what do you attribute your plethora of fatigue? The enervating activities of your nocturnal occupation?
What?
I said, this is indeed distressing news. To what do you attribute your plethora of fatigue?
I heard you the first time, but what language is it?
It's the language I want our child to learn. Good English.
That's English?
Funny thing, when it's spoken correctly, you don't even recognize it, do you? I had no idea how sloppy my speech was until I started reading this book.
Oh, brother.
No, really, it's true. But they have a wonderful exercise to correct it. How do you do, Mrs. Smith? How do you do, Mrs. Jones? And how are all your adorable children? Quite well, thank you. And how is your sister Cynthia? Sister Cynthia is simply scintillating.
Now, Lucy, you're not going to teach our child to talk that way, are you?
I certainly am. From the time our child is born, it's not going to hear anything but perfect English.
Well, Lucy, it's a very nice thought, but as usual, you have no logical explanation for doing it the way you're doing it.
What did you say?
You heard what I said.
As usual, there's no logical explanation for doing it the way you're doing it. Ricky, promise me something.
What?
Promise me that until our child is at least 19 or 20 years old, you won't talk to him.
What? What's the matter with the way I talk?
Well, I haven't told you this before, dear, but you speak with a slight accent.
You can understand me, can't you?
Well, now, yes. I learned to listen with an accent. But when we first started going together, well, do you remember when you proposed?
Yeah?
Well, it was a stab in the dark when I said yes. I wasn't sure that you'd ask me to get married or go to a movie.
You mean to tell me I could have gotten out of this whole deal just by taking you to a movie?
Ricky Ricardo. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Now, you take this book and pretend that our child has come to you and said, Daddy, read me a good night story.
All right.
Here you are, Daddy.
Once upon a time in the woods lived a peasant. He was a good man with a noble heart. He spent his time in the forest cutting down budges from the trees. Cutting wood...
Wait a minute. Wait. Just a minute. What is this budges?
Budges, right in there.
That's boughs.
B-O-U-G-H is bow?
Right.
Bow. He spent his time in the forest cutting down boughs from the trees. Cutting wood all day made his hands strong and raw. One day he got...
That's rough.
Spelled the same way as the other, O-U-G-H.
That's right. That shows how little you know about the English language.
So I made a little mistake. Made his hands strong and rough. One day he cut wood so fast that by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, his day's work was rough.
Hold it, Shakespeare.
Trou?
T-H-R-O-U-G-H is pronounced through.
True. That's what I always say. Now stop picking on me, will you? You get me all confused. His day's work was through. It started to rain on the way home, and he got so wet that his nose became red, and he developed a hacking... Who? Well, I know it can't be cow.
It's cough.
Oh, that did it. I had enough. Or should I say, inu?
No, enough.
Enough. I don't see why you have such a crazy language anyway. In the Spanish, you don't have all those ow, o, oo, off, oo sounds. In Spanish, you got a sound. It sounds the same way all the time. You write it the same way, it sounds the same way. No matter how you put it, it comes out the same way. Ay, 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 ay. I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to teach our child to speak Spanish.
Spanish?
That's right. And what's more, I don't want you talking to the child until he's 21 years old.